Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Stonies, which is basically a Facebook game or something like you can find on Facebook with billion microtransactions. I actually have 2000 gems from the developer. Of course, the key was provided by developer. By the way, I think the game is free, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's free, but I got the premium currency. I usually don't spend it. I just spend it once because I had no idea how to get one of the resources, basically nuts. So I had just no way to know how to get it. So I used the currency. Maybe you have to, maybe you don't. I have no idea. So guys, I really hate games with microtransactions, but this isn't a bad game per se. I played those games in some part of my life when I played many of those games on Facebook, and I always had a rule of never paying any money because I was finding pleasure in progressing slowly in day by day basis without paying. If I pay, it's like pay to win. If I don't pay, I'm satisfied. So if you treat it just like a free game that you can go back to every day and slowly progress, that's okay because it's gonna keep you occupied for a long time. The graphics are not awesome, but they are okay. They're not very ugly, and you have this small feeling of completion by doing those things. It is generally a time management game. I'm probably gonna show you that this guy here was making, yeah, he's progressing for 8 hours real time. Of course the time goes on when you exit, so I put him on 6 hours ago. He's still doing it, so he's slowly progressing to new era or new epoch. Now you can also set people on a task. By the way, he just got experience. You can set people on some task for specific time, which is very good. Generally speaking, it works like this. You put this girl, for instance, on gathering, then you set the time. Of course, this one is for premium currency, but I want to do it just for 3 hours and forget about it. That's how you play those games. You set stuff and you forget about it. Now, there is one problem with this game. You can do clicking normally. That's okay. You just click stuff and it gets collected. That's awesome. But it has a very annoying mechanic. It has mechanic that goes like this. You have to click more than once to also get one item. So if let's say you run out of stones like these and you still need more stones, then you have to click them multiple times. And this is very annoying because basically people will either just give up or start using mouse auto clicker. So I don't see the point of doing it. Besides, you can just use people to collect stuff. Oh, by the way, I have no. Can we just buy place? Yeah, well, we can do it for 20 currency. Of course, again, normally you don't have it, so I would just be having problems without it. I don't know if this is for forever. It's just bigger. Maybe it's just bigger. Okay, so let's just collect what we already kind of collected. Then you can level up also characters, which is pretty nice. You can make everybody into something. By the way, the game is in Polish for some reason, but whatever, let's leave it in Polish. So you can give people like specification. They will be better at something. They will be getting more points from yeah, from just some type of activity, and then we'll be doing this one activity better. What else? I have to, of course, click something like this that you can click like once every 3.5 hours. It's gonna give you different resources. I click this. By the way, I have way too many resources. What should I be doing? I should probably spend something. He'll be better at making food. And now we should set him again for some activity. But for some reason, I don't have anything to build. Can I build something? Well, I will just spend 5 more on this. I don't know how you upgrade it. Can I upgrade like this? This is more expensive, right? What if I want bigger one? Oh, it's more and more expensive. Okay, let's make it bigger. I'm gonna just spend, which we normally you wouldn't be doing ever, because of course I don't recommend ever spending money, but in this case I will do it. Let's maybe collect more. Again, you give something, some level to the character. Let's say he's gonna be better at something. Collecting food, whatever. And well, what else? Of course, you can collect stones. You can collect wood in one type of wood. You can also have like this, and I guess this is the same type of wood. It's like sticks, branches, and timber. So this is timber, and you also have sticks and branches. He's also done with making food. Probably you just have too much food. By the way, food gets spoiled, so then you have to get rid of it. Like this is spoiled, and the rest is okay. I don't know what this is, by the way. Oh, it's for someone. Okay. So this is accessory. Alright. I'm gonna give him this as well. And he'll be having some bonus to collecting. Can we give him this to do? Well, we can. This guy, can he do it? No, because he's small. Okay. So let's give it to the adult person. Like this, maybe. And yeah, we can collect it for 7 hours. And then we get the stones. So yeah, the game is quite heavy on premium currency, as you've seen. If you want to have more spot in your warehouse, you have to pay. If you don't have specific resources, like I haven't, you have to pay. You can also use this resource to instantly collect stuff, but then you either have to pay for it again, or you have to wait. Generally, it's better always to wait and never pay. It's just my opinion. I would say if you want to support developer, you can pay him as much as you think it's okay. Oh, by the way, here were the nuts that I couldn't find, so apparently they exist in those. Yeah, nuts are here, by the way. Good to know. So I didn't have to pay. That's a good information. Yeah, so that's basically what you do. You set people for some activity. Let's say we'll give this one stone and let him like collect let's say what can we collect. He has also nothing. I guess I don't know if he can cut trees if he's a kid. Can she do it? No. Can the other one do it? No. So I will leave him to make I don't know, more food, and the other one maybe as well, maybe nuts if it's possible. Yeah, we can have more nuts. So that's the gameplay. You basically either click let's say here, click many times, which is very annoying, or you click once, or you leave it for your people to collect and just quit the game for like 3 hours, then you go back and they will collect. By the way, I have no idea why this is so full. What kind of resources I have. Maybe this is, I don't know, maybe it's food, maybe it's too many stones or something. I have apparently too much stuff. So yeah, this is food. If you want people to work, you have to give them food. This is the energy that instantly collects. This is good if you just go back to game. And this is warehouse, which you might increase for the premium currency. By the way, premium currency is quite expensive, very expensive. 100 crystals, 110 is $10. So this is extremely expensive game if you want to pay for it, which I don't recommend. But the game itself is okay. I played many of games like this, and this is okay. Let's just show you the in-depth of the building and crafting. So these are some collectibles. I'm not sure how it works because it only says move decoration from your colony to this whole yeah, cave, and I don't know what it does. This is what? This is just some ranks. I don't care about them. And this is some sort of collecting picture, but normally how much it costs? Yeah, 25. So you could make those and probably get some bonus, but I just found, I don't know how I found one. So this is just another way to spend the currency if you have too much of it. Now to me, this makes no sense because I play those games to spend time. If I then pay to spend less time, then it's completely insane. I don't play those games to finish them and need another game. I play them because I want to spend time by doing stuff, just going back to the game every day and slowly progressing. That's where I find fun in those games. If I ever play them, I don't really play many of them. I do play some clicker games and idle games the same way, but I usually have this rule of never paying money. Usually free games or very cheap games, and I don't ever buy any sort of currency. So this will be a problem. This is a very expensive game if you just want to spend money on it. So I wouldn't, unless you just want to thank the developer for making the game. Then of course you just pick something cheap. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say you want to buy those stones, and you say, okay, I can give $5 because I like the game. You buy the cheapest one. That's it. But yeah, the prices are ridiculous. This is $100, and also you get some other stuff, which again speeds up the game. So I don't see the point. If I speed up the game, then why am I playing it? To just be done with it as soon as possible and go to next and pay for it. This is crazy to me. It's completely crazy. You can also make tools. As you can see, you need a variety of resources here. For instance, I could do, I don't know, those I cannot do because I don't have an upgrade, but I can make like stone for one of my people, or a hammer, or an axe if it's needed to make something. You first have to produce it. Then we can make what is this? Yeah, we can make a rope out of grass, or yeah, this thing out of grass. I don't know how it's called. Hay, I guess, or something. This is something for the gods, as give them flowers and they will do something. It says for sacrifice, so you need rope and flowers to make it. Takes of course real time, like 10 minutes, and then you have to unlock other stuff, new epochs and new technologies. This is giving us more place for food, so this is this bar here in the right top corner. And yeah, we upgraded our warehouse, which is almost full. And let's just see the tabs here. So those I think are epochs or other eras. So I did two of them. There is this third one, and there is how many? Quite a lot, actually. How many there are? Really a lot. Ooh, 17 at least. So that's a lot. 17 eras of evolution. I only did two of them. And this is what? This is just buildings, but we already have one of these, some are limited. I could have more of these, of course, but then it costs stuff. I know we can just make one. Maybe we can just make one. Can we make one? For one unknown reason. Yeah, we could. We can just make one. And then we have to click this. And then we have to give here some guy, but they're all busy. So yeah, you can make more buildings. Let's see if this is blocked now. Yes, you can have a couple of them so that you can produce in two, or not in one. You can also make a hut. Let's say here. We don't yet have the resources, but we can of course collect them. What else? Here is, yeah, we need stuff to do those things, of course. So there's quite a lot of buildings. Those are agrarian or rather fields, just simply fields, small field, medium field, big field, to make food. This is for animals, also 3. And then we can have those I don't know how they work, because I don't know if you just build it 10 seconds and then exist forever, or is it just one time. This isn't explained. I would like it to be explained, because you have to pay real currency. So I don't know if can you just set many of these and leave them, they will be forever, and those can be built, but of course we cannot build them yet. We could build one of these. Actually, we could make one. I already have one, but we can have more. They are gonna spawn resources like here. Okay, and we can then make it. This can give those resources in some time, so after some time you get it for free. Yeah, let's make one more maybe. I just checked this one with paid by currency. Yeah, there's more of them. Those can be made probably just built, but they also need currency. And those first three, let's see, let's make Venus. Let's make them here. What's gonna happen? Yeah, we still have to build it. Yes. And we still need a guy for this, right? It doesn't show what time. Well, I could. Yeah. So this is done already. So we can pay for the time and even for resources with the currency. If you want to pay to win, then you can do it. And this can, of course, produce stuff. But I'm not sure how it happens. Is it like forever? I think it is forever because it's quite expensive. So yeah, how often? 1 hour. Yeah. So we can just have some food, usually food, I guess. Right when at the start, so you don't have to worry about food that much. But yeah, it's again pay to win, so I'm not supporting it. You know, the prices are very steep on this. But if you play for free, yeah, if you pay for free, you can of course play it. It's a free game, and you will be much more satisfied by just playing it. And yeah, it would be nice if it had lower payments as well. If you could just buy something else, not just the premium currency for at least $5. It would be nice if you could just pay 25 cents and still get something, because you know some people want to support the game they like, but not necessarily just spend $5, which could give them a really nice game on Steam. So it's kind of pointless to spend this much money on a free game from Facebook. But the game itself is quite in depth. It's definitely long. They're all long, so that you have to, you know, pay for the time that you don't want to spend. I don't know what this does, by the way. This is for having friends. You can add friends and then get specific currency from that, and then you can buy stuff for it. So I guess you can, for instance, load these and then use the power to collect fast. At this point I have too much stuff, so my warehouse is a problem. Not really, I don't have resources. It's also not really a problem. You can just click them. If you are desperate, you can just go like this and click until you have enough, or you can just leave it for the idle collection when you're not even playing. This is what I recommend. And the last option would be what? This is my tribe. So at this point I have 5 people. Some of them are kids, some of them are not. I'm not sure if they grow up, but at this point I have 5 people. So cool game if you want free clicker game that will be a time management game as well, and just keep you occupied if you have nothing to play. But be aware about microtransactions. They are very expensive in this game, and the graphics could be better. It's not the worst game I played. I played really many games like this. Some were better, some were worse. This is in depth enough to keep you occupied, but just way too expensive. And the graphics are, I would give it 6 out of 10 because the graphics are okay and the game has depth. But at the same time, you have to be aware about the price. That it's not obvious, you know, it's a free game, but once you start paying, you can really go into ridiculous numbers. I just spent 1,000 premium currency, right? So let's check it again. Let's check it again. So I would have to buy this and this at least, but probably those two. So this is times 4. This is $80, guys. I just spent $80 worth of currency just to fix a few things, you know, to build one guy here, one building, and to fix my warehouse, and boom, it goes. It's done. I could buy, you know, a really new AAA title for that. Of course, I was given it for free, but whatever. If you were to spend it just like that, $80, boom, this is crazy. But the game itself isn't bad if you want to play for free, and if you want to just slightly help developers with small money. If you think it's worth it, I personally don't, but I just have a rule of not paying ever for free games. Free games are free games. but if you want to pay, you can. And just be aware, because as you have seen, the lowest price is $5, and it goes into ridiculous numbers. Way too much for a game like that. But I cannot say it's a bad game. It's for a time management game. For an idle game, it's okay. It's in-depth enough to keep you occupied. 17 epochs. If I only did 3, not even fully, in like a few days, and I wasn't spending. I just spent 30 of this to just buy some resources that I had no idea how to get, those nuts and other stuff. But then I spent just like that, way too much, way too fast. So you have to be aware if you can be easily, annoyed by the time going too slow. If you want to just speed it up with cash, you can end up spending way too much money. And I never recommend it. My channel is about getting games for free, getting games cheap, farming money from games, not putting money into games. So personally, I don't recommend ever spending, but the game itself is okay. And yes, I played games like that in my younger age, many years ago, when I was also hooked to games like that. I never paid for them. I didn't even have an option, because I never had any digital money aside from Steam. And when I was on Facebook, I had no money to pay. I didn't have any PayPal or anything like that. It's very good that I didn't, because I didn't lose money. But yeah, those games have a lot of microtransactions, way too much. I think this money could be spent better elsewhere. For instance, if you want to spend this much money, you can just buy DLC for Dark Souls or something like this, or for Darkest Dungeon. Much better games, much better DLC, much more fun, better graphics, and so on, instead of putting it here. However, yes, I can understand that some people want to say thanks to developers for a game that they are hooked to and they play every day. Some people play only those games. They're not real gamers to me, but whatever. They just use computer for something else, and they just happen to have an account on Facebook and they play games like this, and they have sometimes too much money to spend. So if they want to buy some premium currency, it's up to them. I just personally don't recommend it. But yeah, game is okay. So that will be it for this review. I will see you guys in the next one. See ya round.